मैं आपके हाथ पे देख रहा था, आपके हाथ पे एक मशरूम का टैटू भी बना हुआ है।
Yes.
तो इतना ऑब्सेशन आपको कैसे आया इंडस्ट्री से?
That is actually my love for mushrooms.
Okay.
I want to see
Yes.
mushrooms all the time.
Okay.
I want to dream mushrooms. I want to eat mushrooms. I want to sleep with mushrooms. I want to live with mushrooms all the time. I have more tattoos. You want me to remove my shirt
right
and
now.
show you? So we have a lot of benefits of eating mushrooms.
Okay.
One of the good benefits is if you eat mushrooms every day, you will not have cancer.
क्या इंडियन के एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में मशरूम ग्रोथ का कितना योगदान है, अगर हम उस तरीके से पूछते हैं?
जो आप फसल 10 या 15 एकड़ में उगाते हैं वो आप मशरूम की फसल आधा एकड़ में उगा सकते हैं।
सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज आपकी जर्नी में क्या लगता है, आपने क्या फेस करा while you were building your organization?
I had no money, I had problems, I had so many troubles. लोग पैसे मांगने आते थे, पैसे नहीं होते थे।
What do you think is your biggest dream that you want to achieve through your company?
We are trying that more and more people should join in the mushroom industry and take the benefits of this.
Hi everyone, my name is Shrey Saxena and I welcome you to the Impact Podcast Agri-Business Series. This particular episode is especially fruitful for people who are trying to start a business in the agriculture space or they want to get a job in this particular domain. Apart from this, we have also covered some entrepreneurial stories from this respective speaker. The speaker I'm talking about is Mr. Anurag Saxena. Mr. Anurag Saxena is a pioneering entrepreneur and esteemed expert in the field of mycology, which is study of mushrooms. He is recognized for his groundbreaking contributions to India's mushroom industry. As the founder director of Milky Way Spawn, a leading organization in mushroom cultivation and research, Mr. Anurag has been instrumental in revolutionizing the sector through innovative practices and sustainable solutions. A respected thought leader in his domain, Mr. Anurag has also served as a special editor of Mushroom Chronicles, which is a prestigious publication that showcases the latest developments and trends in mycology. I welcome Mr. Anurag Saxena to this episode of the Impact Podcast. So, welcome to the Impact Show.
Thank you.
इस पॉडकास्ट में हम इम्पैक्टफुल स्टोरीज कवर करते हैं ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, एडुकेटर्स, हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल्स जिन्होंने भी अपनी फील्ड में कोई इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट करा हुआ है। तो फॉर द ऑडियंस प्लीज़ बताइए आप करते क्या हैं, आपकी कंपनी क्या करती है, सिंप्लीफाई करिए।
We are into manufacturing of mushroom spawn. Mushroom spawn एक artificial seed होता है mushrooms का। Why artificial? Because there is no seed as such for mushrooms. It is a fungal culture on grains. कोई भी grains हो सकते हैं। हम normally गेहूं को use करते हैं, बाजरा, गेहूं, anything can be used. So हमारी कंपनी मशरूम का सीड बनाती है एंड हमारे पास छोटे से लेके बड़े तक सभी टाइप्स के कस्टमर्स हैं। कुछ लोग हमारे से 10-20 किलो बीज ले जाते हैं, कुछ लोग हमारे से टन्स में बीज लेते हैं, 5-10 टन। सो दैट इज व्हाट वी डू।
सो बेसिकली जो मशरूम सीड होता है ये एक बायोटेक लैब के अंदर इसको आर्टिफिशियली बनाया जाता है।
यस इट इज़ अ बायोटेक लैब, बट ये एक फंगल कल्चर होता है जिसको हम फंगस को ग्रो करके हमारे जो मशरूम ग्रोअर्स भाई हैं उनको हम देते हैं।
ओके, तो ये जो आप मशरूम सीड्स हैं ये आप किन टाइप के लोगों को देते हैं? क्या आप ये किसानों को देते हैं या फिर कोई प्राइवेट मशरूम ग्रोअर्स होते हैं उनको प्रोवाइड करते हैं?
मशरूम ग्रोअर्स जो हैं ये इनकी एक बहुत बड़ी रेंज है। कुछ मशरूम फार्मर्स हैं, ऑल आवर कस्टमर्स आर मशरूम फार्मर्स, दे ग्रो मशरूम्स, बट कुछ मशरूम फार्मर्स हैं जो अपने खेत में मशरूम उगाते हैं सीज़न में। करंटली इट इज़ अ सीज़न, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर, जनवरी, इसमें ये मशरूम लगाते हैं। और कुछ लोग हैं जो सारा साल मशरूम उगाते हैं। जो सारा साल मशरूम उगाते हैं उनको एयर कंडीशनिंग और क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल के सिस्टम्स अपने यहाँ पे लगाने पड़ते हैं। दे आर रिलेटिवली हायर इन कॉस्ट। तो हमारे पास सभी तरह के कस्टमर्स हैं।
ओके, सो डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ कस्टमर्स हैं, आप सारी कैटेगरी ऑफ कस्टमर्स को सर्व करते हैं।
जी।
तो आपको मशरूम इंडस्ट्री में कुछ करना है, ये कैसे आपने डिसाइड करा, या आपको कैसे पता चला इस इंडस्ट्री के बारे में?
It is a long story.
शॉर्ट में बता सकते हैं, लॉन्ग में बता
Yes,
सकते
I will.
हैं.
Actually, मैं श्रद्धानंद कॉलेज में पढ़ा करता था और हमारे लेक्चर्स बहुत लंबे हुआ करते थे और मेरे घर से हमारा कॉलेज काफ़ी दूर था. तो एक दिन हम 2-3 फ्रेंड्स, इनफैक्ट 3 फ्रेंड्स, हम बैठ के यूनियन रूम में बातें कर रहे थे कि हम कैसे इस डिस्टेंस को कम करें. मेरा घर जाने में और आने में लगभग 2 से 3 घंटे लगते थे रोज़ाना. तो फिर हमने ऐसा सोचा कि क्यों ना श्रद्धानंद कॉलेज क्योंकि एक गांव में है, तो हमने सोचा क्यों ना इस गांव में हम कुछ काम करना शुरू कर दें. तो मुझे ऐसा आइडिया आया कि हम मशरूम भी उगा सकते हैं. तो हमने फिर वहाँ से ये आइडिया क्लिक किया वे बैक ऑलमोस्ट 30 इयर्स बैक. और उस समय पर हमने फिर मेरे 2 दोस्त जो थे वो तो थोड़ा पीछे रह गए. मैं तुरंत वहाँ से गया IRI पूसा और मे बी नेक्स्ट 2-3 days. और फॉर्चुनेटली देयर वाज अ ट्रेनिंग गोइंग ऑन मशरूम्स way back in 1990. That is the time when I took my first training on mushrooms.
Okay, which year was this?
1990.
1990.
Yes.
Okay. And this was the same year जब आपने डिसाइड करा था कि
डिसाइड तो नहीं किया था. आफ्टर द ट्रेनिंग मैंने काफ़ी एक्सप्लोर किया, देखा, समझा. तो मुझे लगा कि दिस कैन बी अ गुड प्लेस, गुड थिंग टू डू.
ओके. तो बेसिकली एक आपके दिमाग में एक रॉ आइडिया आया, फ्रेंड से डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि कुछ करना है और साइमल्टेनियसली आपको ये ट्रेनिंग अटेंड करने का मौका भी मिला.
Yes.
एंड उसके बाद आपने अपॉर्चुनिटीज एक्सप्लोर करी.
यस
देन आपको रियलाइज करा कि इस इंडस्ट्री में कुछ किया जा सकता है.
यस यस
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. मैं आपके हाथ पे देख रहा था, आपके हाथ पे एक मशरूम का टैटू भी बना हुआ है.
यस.
तो इतना ऑब्सेशन आपको कैसे आया इंडस्ट्री से?
That is actually my love for mushrooms. I
Okay.
want to see mushrooms all the time.
Okay.
I want to dream mushrooms. I want to eat mushrooms. I want to sleep with mushrooms. I want to live with mushrooms all the time.
ओके. ये
So-
ऑब्सेशन कैसे आया ये?
I don't know, but mushrooms के जितने भी लोग हैं, they are very passionate about mushrooms. If you get into mushroom industry, you will not be able to leave it. We have seen in my business, I have seen so many ups and downs, but still I am in the same industry. I do not want to leave this industry because if you grow mushrooms, you see mushrooms, you fall in love with mushrooms.
ओके. तो
So
वो पागलपन चाहिए वो.
पागलपन चाहिए. For in fact anything, you need पागलपन.
तो वो पागलपन आपने डेवलप करा. तो मैंने नोटिस इसलिए करा कि बहुत ही एक डिफरेंट टाइप का टैटू है, मशरूम का टैटू. मतलब तो दैट इज समथिंग कि व्हेन ओनली इफ यू आर ऑब्सेस्ड अबाउट इट, ओनली देन यू कैन
I have more tattoos. You want me to
नहीं,
remove
नहीं,
my
not
shirt
right
and
now.
show you?
वी कैन सेव इट फॉर लेटर. मैजिक श्रूम्स के बारे में सुना आपने?
Yes, I have a couple of groups in Facebook, and most people post about magic mushrooms, जिनको हम बैन कर देते हैं.
अच्छा. ओके.
Because magic mushrooms are they are good mushrooms. In fact, the psychiatrists also suggest that you are allowed to take those mushrooms, but people use it for wrong purposes. So we do not want to promote magic mushrooms and mushrooms which are in any way harmful for the body.
Okay, so are these magic shrooms illegal in India?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They are in fact illegal everywhere in the world.
Okay.
But some of the countries have allowed them to be consumed and they are being sold online as well.
Okay, so इसका एक medical purpose I was studying that it is used to treat depression and थोड़े mental conditions होते हैं, उसको treat करने के लिए use करते हैं.
Yes.
So medical purpose के लिए भी इंडिया में allowed नहीं है?
No.
Okay.
It is not yet. But yes, we have a lot of benefits of eating mushrooms.
Okay.
One of the good benefits is if you eat mushrooms every day, you will not have cancer throughout your life.
Are you talking about magic shrooms?
No,
or
no,
normal
I am saying
mushrooms?
normal mushrooms.
Normal mushrooms.
Normal
Okay.
mushroom.
Okay.
And no, why? Because you talked about the medical implications of mushrooms. So, and another thing is mushrooms are the only source of vitamin D, and most people are deficient in vitamin C in India. in India and
Vitamin
abroad as
D,
well. Vitamin D,
vitamin
yes,
D.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, yes. So vitamin D can be taken with by eating mushrooms.
Okay.
So everyone should eat mushrooms every day.
Okay, so there are recently a lot of health benefits are also being told by medical professionals and nutritionists कि mushroom is extremely healthy.
Yes.
So in the recent times, if we see in India specifically, मशरूम की कंजम्पशन क्या बढ़ी है, कम हुई है, स्टेबल हुई है, like how is the trend been?
Yes. Now there are several datas available, which has several different figures, but we understand the raise in production of mushrooms by our sales.
Okay.
Our sales is increasing, so we understand the consumption and production is increasing.
Okay, तो ये अच्छा मेट्रिक है
Yes.
कि धंधा बढ़ रहा है, बीज
धंधा बढ़ रहा
ज़्यादा बिक रहा है, तो मतलब
Yes.
खा ही रहे होंगे.
High revenue. But yes, otherwise we have a consumption of almost 20 grams per head,
Okay.
which we want to increase to 100 grams.
Okay.
And if being the biggest population of the world, if we start consuming 100 grams per person, then we can have a much bigger size of mushroom industry in the coming years.
Okay. Interesting. That's a very interesting data point. 20 gram per head is the
Per person.
per person.
Yes.
Okay. Could you simplify the importance of mushroom cultivation in India for those who might be unfamiliar about it? क्या इंडियन के एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में मशरूम ग्रोथ का कितना योगदान है, अगर हम उस तरीके से पूछें?
Mushroom is very, very little in Indian agriculture sector. But yes, now the biggest benefit of mushroom growing is that as the land holding is getting lesser and lesser, पहले लोगों के पास 100 एकड़ लैंड होती थी, उनके 4-5 बच्चे होते थे, उनमें बढ़ती थी, फिर उनके बच्चे होते थे, उनमें बढ़ती थी. तो somehow the land holding has gone down and down every day. And mushrooms can be grown in a very small piece of land.
Okay.
जो आप फसल 10 या 15 एकड़ में उगाते हैं, वो आप मशरूम की फसल आधा एकड़ में उगा सकते हैं.
अच्छा.
That is the benefit of growing mushroom.
और अगर हम पर एकड़ रियलाइजेशन की बात करें कि एक साल में एक एकड़ में कितना प्रोडक्शन से कितना रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर सकता है, क्या ये हमारे
That
पास?
is difficult to tell.
Okay.
Yes.
एंड इट वेरीज
Yes.
कि आपका कोल्ड स्टोर कैसा है, कितने फ्लोर्स का है, ऑल दोस थिंग्स.
No, it is not a cold store, but we have rooms which
Cold rooms.
Not cold room.
Okay.
See, for you it is all same, cold room, cold storage and all. But for mushroom we need to control the climate situations, conditions inside the room.
Okay.
So that is why we call them controlled environment rooms.
कंट्रोल्ड एनवायरनमेंट रूम्स.
Yes.
ओके. तो टेक्नोलॉजी का क्या रोल है आपकी इंडस्ट्री में, एंड आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इसको कैसे डिसरप्ट कर सकती है, या कर सकती है या नहीं कर सकती? लाइक व्हाट इज योर व्यू ऑन दैट?
Recently, I was in Holland. Then I was in US. I visited so many farms in US, Canada, China, and Europe. And I found they have very little people in their farms.
Okay.
And I was discussing it with my colleagues. So they were saying that they have less people in their country. That is why they have less people in their farm. And they are managing the farm with the help of machines and technology. So in most of the developed countries, they have big machines to handle operations. In India, we have a lot of people, so we are not used to machineries.
Okay.
But yes, in the coming years, in the coming time, we have to use technology for growing mushrooms. Otherwise, we will be far behind with other people who are growing mushrooms.
तो इसका क्या ये भी रीज़न है क्योंकि इंडिया में लेबर बहुत चीप है, तो इस वजह से टेक्नोलॉजी फ्रंट पे इनोवेशन कोई करना चाह नहीं रहा है, या कम स्लोली हो रहा है?
Yes, of course. इंडिया में लेबर चीप है, इसलिए लोग टेक्नोलॉजी में ज़्यादा जाना नहीं चाहते. एंड ऑन द अदर साइड टेक्नोलॉजी इज कॉस्टली ऑल्सो, सो पीपल डू नॉट वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इन टेक्नोलॉजी. बट येस, टेक्नोलॉजी एंड मशीन्स आर पीस ऑफ माइंड. So if you have a robot working for you, he can work for 24 hours a day. But if you have a person working for you, he will not work 24 hours a day. So the efficiency goes up, the returns goes up with the technology, but yes, you have to invest in that.
ओके ओके अब हम आपके बारे में थोड़ा बात करेंगे. हमने इंडस्ट्री के बारे में समझा. नाउ आपका लाइक आप यहाँ पे कैसे आए, उन सब चीज़ों के बारे में हम बात करेंगे. तो मेरे एक हमेशा से आपके बारे में ऑब्जर्वेशन रही है. फॉर पीपल हु माइट नॉट नो, अभी तक हमने डिस्क्लोज नहीं करा, ही इज़ माई अंकल. एंड मैंने एक चीज़ बचपन से नोटिस करी है. इनफैक्ट जब मैं आपके घर भी आता था, तो आप हमेशा डिफरेंट टाइप की वॉल्स पेंट कराते थे. एक बहुत ही डिफरेंट टाइप का यूनिक तरीके के आप डेकोर्स लाते थे. इनफैक्ट फॉर दैट मैटर आप गिफ्ट भी जब किसी को देते थे तो बहुत ही डिफरेंट होता था एंड यूनिक होता था. सो सिमिलरली आई बिलीव दैट यू आर अ वेरी क्रिएटिव पर्सन एंड यू हैव बीन वेरी इनोवेटिव. तो क्या आपने अपने बिजनेस में कुछ इनोवेशन प्रैक्टिस या इनोवेटिव प्रैक्टिसेस इंट्रोड्यूस करी हैं जिसकी वजह से आपका बिजनेस ग्रो करा हो?
Yes, basically, I am an innovative person, and most people in my office are troubled with this. Recently, around 2 years back, we moved to a bigger premises, and half of the area of that premises is filled with my failed experiments.
ओके
So they are always saying, sir, आप क्या करते रहते हो, कुछ करते रहते हो. But yes, we have developed several processes, machines and systems, जहाँ पे हमारी efficiency बढ़ी है और हमारा production बढ़ा है, हमारी quality में बहुत ज़्यादा फ़र्क आया है. And the biggest part is, जहाँ आप walls की बात कर रहे हो, I keep my factory as a house. All the factory walls are having paintings of mushrooms.
मशरूम्स.
So that is why people don't feel that yes, हम कहीं काम कर रहे हैं, कोई मशीनें चल रही हैं. It is colorful, it is painted, so that makes them peace of mind.
ओके कुछ आप ऐसी इनोवेशन का कुछ आप एग्जांपल देके बता सकते हैं कि आपने ये चीज़ पर्टिकुलरली इम्प्लीमेंट करी एंड इससे आपका कोई पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस बहुत इम्प्रूव हो गया हो?
Recently, we are coming up with a bigger packing. We usually double our production every year.
ओके
So this year, it is a big challenge because we are making 1 kg packing, and it is very difficult to make so many 1 kg packings. The bigger impact for the consumers also, they will have to check less packets, they will have to use less packets, and they will have to handle less packets when the packing is bigger.
Okay.
So that is what we are doing currently.
Okay, so basically packaging में you are trying to innovate something which will help you in your
Increasing our
your
production, yes, as well as helping the customers to handle less packets.
ओके इंटरेस्टिंग. इनफैक्ट मुझे ये भी याद है आपने एक बार मेंशन करा था, आपने टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल्ड एक कोई बॉक्स था वो इंट्रोड्यूस करा था, कुछ रेड बॉक्स करके था.
Yes,
वुड यू लाइक
yes.
टू टेल?
Actually, there have been a lot of problems when our product spawn is in transit.
थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई करके बताएंगे आप?
हमें हमारा जो प्रोडक्ट है मशरूम सीड, दैट इज अ perishable product, and it should not cross the temperature of 25 degrees
Okay.
at any time. So it was a challenge for us, for the customer as well, that they have to they have to buy that material from far off places, and it should reach at a right price, right temperature. So what we did, we created a box, and the inspiration came from the black box of aircraft.
Okay, aeroplane. Yeah.
Aeroplane. So we thought we should have a box which will monitor all the parameters of the transit vehicle. So we created a box, we called it a red box, and we keep in every consignment. So that box has a temperature data logger which records the temperature every 5 minutes.
Okay.
So during the entire transit, we can monitor the temperature.
Okay.
So for that, it was yes, it helped us a lot. Now, if anything goes wrong on the way, we can find it out.
Okay, so basically दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग इट हेल्प्ड यू विद योर लॉजिस्टिक्स, बिकॉज बहुत टाइम ऐसा होता होगा कि अगर वो टेम्परेचर मेंटेन नहीं हो रहा, मान लीजिए अब वो किसी गाड़ी में जा रहे हैं, गाड़ी वाले ने गाड़ी बंद कर दी, अब ड्यूरिंग दैट
yes,
टाइम
yes,
अगर कुछ खराब हो गया तो अल्टीमेटली इट्स अ लॉस ऑफ द इन्वेंट्री.
yes.
तो वो आपने इसको ये इंट्रोड्यूस करके यू हैव बीन एबल टू मिनिमाइज दैट.
Yeah,
एंड
and it was a loss of trust also between
ओके,
the supplier and the buyer,
बायर, ओके,
and it was for the convenience of customer also, that he all the time his product was at the right temperature,
गॉट इट,
because this can also happen that in the middle of the journey temperature goes up, and when it reaches the customer it is less.
करेक्ट.
So we monitor that.
Okay, and does customer also gets to monitor that, or you are
No,
monitoring it
that is a
centrally?
device which
Okay,
is kept inside the vehicle. So that device can be that records the temperatures and everything, and then when it reaches the customer can download the entire data.
okay. And वो box फिर आपके पास वापस आता है?
नहीं, वो box is disposable,
अच्छा, it's a
corrugated box.
consumable.
Yes,
So
yes,
with
yes.
every
Every time
consignment,
we
it's a
give a new box.
okay, all right. So सबसे बड़ा challenge आपकी जर्नी में क्या लगता है, आपने क्या फेस करा while you were building your organization?
Well, challenges तो बहुत सारे रहे.
एक सबसे बड़ा जो याद आ रहा
सबसे
हो
बड़ा
जिसने रुला दिया हो.
चैलेंज वाज, यस, बहुत टाइम पे मेरे पास बहुत बड़े बड़े लॉसेस हुए. बीइंग अ माइक्रोबायोलॉजिकल प्रोसेस, अगर हम कोई भी एक जर्म को रोक नहीं पाते थे तो वो पूरे के पूरा हमारा बैच को ख़राब कर सकता है. एंड दिस हैपेंड विद मी फॉर अ कपल ऑफ टाइम्स फॉर consecutive batches. बैचेस ख़राब होते जा रहे थे, होते जा रहे थे, होते जा रहे थे, एंड we were not getting any remedies for that. But finally, I mean, उसने रुला तो दिया था, but yes, somehow we sustained that. But during that time, I had no money, I had problems, I had so many troubles. लोग पैसे मांगने आते थे, पैसे नहीं होते थे, and but somehow we sustained that.
Okay, and उस पर्टिकुलर टाइम की अगर आप बात करें, इट वुड हैव बीन क्वाइट अ टफ टाइम फॉर यू. तो व्हाट केप्ट यू गोइंग ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम? कभी दिमाग में नहीं आया कि छोड़ देते हैं, कुछ और कर लेते हैं?
हाँ, यस आया. मैंने किया भी, काफ़ी सारे नए नए वेंचर्स हमने किए, बट एज आई अर्लियर सेड यू, योर लव फॉर मशरूम विल नॉट लेट यू लीव द मशरूम्स.
ओके,
सो आपको मशरूम्स में आने के बाद ना उसे छोड़ना बहुत मुश्किल है.
ओके,
Yes, it is a good business. It can pay you well, but you have to be very very careful. It is not like you cannot enjoy your holidays if you are in a mushroom business. That is very important for all the new people who are willing to get into this. That you have to be very very alert for in a mushroom business.
ओके, इंटरेस्टिंग. तो अगर हम आपके विजन की बात करें फॉर योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बाय ईयर 2030, व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज योर बिगेस्ट ड्रीम दैट यू वांट टू अचीव थ्रू योर कंपनी?
See, recently we have started promoting mushrooms in India. We are supporting India Mushroom Summit. We are supporting India Mushroom Days so that more people know about mushrooms. Currently, the consumption of mushrooms is only 20 grams per person in India. And with such a large population of 140 million people, if we increase a little bit of production, the industry can reach to any limits. We are trying to promote the consumption of mushrooms. We are trying to promote technology. We are trying to promote industry. We are trying that more and more people should join in the mushroom industry and take the benefits of this. So
Okay.
my vision till 2030 is we should have a consumption per capita consumption of mushrooms to at least 100 grams per person.
Okay, interesting. Because right now, if we see, mushroom is seen as a प्रीमियम फूड. हम कहीं होटल्स में जाते हैं, शादी वगैरह में जाते हैं, घर पे भी इतना नहीं बनता जितना पनीर और वो बनता है. इफ़ यू सी, प्रॉब्ली महीने में 2 या 4 बार मशरूम बनता होगा एज कंपेरिजन टू आलू, पनीर एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स. सो बेसिकली इज इट बिकॉज कि मशरूम कम्स एट अ प्रीमियम प्राइस, समथिंग लाइक दैट, या व्हाट इज द रीज़न फॉर दैट, या अवेयरनेस नहीं है लोगों को?
सबको पसंद होता है माँ के हाथ का खाना.
ओके,
और हमारी जो माँ थी उसने कभी मशरूम बनाई नहीं. So
Okay.
the problem is with development of taste.
Okay.
People do not have a taste for mushrooms. When it comes to even for me, अगर मुझे कोई बोलता है कि आप क्या खाओगे तो मैं बोलता हूँ अरहर की दाल बना लो. That is very common and हमने बचपन से वही खाई है. एंड हमारा टेस्ट ही वो डेवलप हो रखा है. वी से कि इसमें देसी घी भी डालना, इसमें ये भी डालना, वो भी डालना. सो वट एवर वी हैव eaten till now, we are eating that. Now the trends are changing. People in this decade are living in an era of health. People are living, understanding nutrition. These things are changing their vision, their taste, and they are trying to adopt healthy food. Mushroom is no doubt about it, is a healthy food. And recently, Milky Way has entered into another business for making curries. So we are developing some ready-to-eat curries with mushrooms
Oh wow.
with the name of Curry Wale.
Mm-hmm.
And we have developed 4 curries currently. One is mushroom korma, mushroom, button mushroom, and matar. Then we have dhingri and chane. Then we have one mushroom and saag,
Okay.
palak and mushrooms.
Okay.
So this is how we will be circulating the taste among masses.
Understood.
And once people start eating, I'm very sure that mushrooms are very tasty, very delicious, and people will start liking, and the taste and the demand will go up.
करेक्ट. इनफैक्ट एक शायद मैंने आपको बताया भी होगा पहले, अभी मैं थोड़े टाइम पहले विराट कोहली के रेस्टोरेंट में गया था एंड दे मेक वेरी गुड मशरूम मोमोज
Okay,
एंड दे
good.
आर वेरी प्रीमियम मोमोज. आई थिंक 1000-1200 की तरफ 6 पीस आते हैं एंड दे आर अल्टीमेट. मतलब बहुत ही डिफरेंट एक टाइप ऑफ मोमोज मैंने खाए थे. दे हैव काइंड ऑफ उन्होंने प्रीमियमाइज कर दिया है उस पर्टिकुलर डिश को. मे बी यू कैन ट्राई दैट एज
Yeah,
वेल.
I can try that, but when we connect mushroom with the cost, that is not a good thing.
ओके.
बिकॉज सबके दिमाग में ये चीज चलती है कि मशरूम बहुत महंगी सब्जी
महंगी
है.
आती है, राइट.
पीपल डोंट पिक अप द बॉक्स ऑफ मशरूम फ्रॉम अ वेजिटेबल वेंडर थिंकिंग दैट इट इज एन एक्सपेंसिव मशरूम,
Okay.
एक्सपेंसिव डिश. बट अगर आप देखो आज की डेट में आलू भी कभी कभी 50, 60, 70 रुपए चला जाता है. प्याज भी कभी हमारा 70, 80, 100 रुपए तक चला जाता है. So if mushroom is selling for 150, 140, gobi at times goes up to 200 rupees. So mushroom is not a costly thing.
ओके.
आप उसे खाना शुरू करिए तो वो एंड एक पैकेट में आप 2 बार का 2 पोर्शंस बना सकते हो. 2 बार का फैमिली मील बन जाता है. इफ यू आर बाइंग अ पैकेट फॉर 50 रुपीज, इट इज नॉट एक्सपेंसिव एट ऑल.
ओके.
So we should not relate mushroom
With
with
premium.
high cost.
ओके.
मशरूम देखो, रेस्टोरेंट्स में जाते हैं हम, वो तो दाल भी 100-1000 रुपए की बेच देते हैं. सेम दाल वी गेट इन अ ढाबा फॉर 100 रुपीज.
करेक्ट.
दाल वही है, मसाले वही हैं, कुक वही है.
करेक्ट.
तो प्लीज ट्राई नॉट टू रिलेट मशरूम टू अ हाई कॉस्ट vegetable.
Okay, so maybe this is a message to Virat Kohli's restaurant.
Yes. This is a message to everyone dealing in mushroom, that they should treat it as a premium vegetable, but they should not treat it as an expensive vegetable.
Correct. Correct. So अगर आप टाइम में वापस जा पाते तो ऐसी आप कौन सी गलती है जिसको आप रिवर्स करना चाहते हैं?
I think you know that. बट यस, मैंने मैंने बीच में कुछ टाइम के लिए मशरूम छोड़ दिया था. तो मैं वो ना छोड़ता फॉर अराउंड 4-5 years.
क्यों छोड़ा था?
हम वी मूव टू अ न्यू प्लेस फॉर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ स्पॉन, but we could not manage that place. Okay. It was far off from my home, and वहाँ पर facilities नहीं थी and काफ़ी problems थी.
Okay.
So that was a wrong decision we took. We were in a rented factory. We moved to our own factory. Okay. But because of the financial constraint, we bought it at a far off place.
Okay.
So management of that factory was little difficult. So we thought to give it a break, and for almost 4-5 years we were not doing the spawn business.
Okay. तो during that time आपने जो 4-5 साल spawn का business नहीं करा, तो उस टाइम पे लाइक 4-5 years इज अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम. बीच में आपका कभी भी क्योंकि दिमाग में नहीं आया कि यू शुड गो बैक बिकॉज यू सेड कि आपके पास वो मशरूम के लिए वो प्यार था, ऑब्सेशन था. तो ये
Yes.
4-5 साल के लिए जो गैप आया, कभी आपको बीच में लगा दैट मे बी यू शुड रिटर्न बैक?
It was always there in the mind.
ओके.
I never thought कि मैंने मशरूम बंद कर दिया है.
ओके.
I knew it is a break I have taken. एंड होता क्या था कि मैं जितने भी मशरूम के इवेंट्स होते थे, आई ऑलवेज अटेंडेड दैट. इन द एंटायर इंडस्ट्री नो वन नोज दैट वी वर आउट ऑफ द मार्केट,
ओके.
because they always saw me in
Okay.
every conference, in every event. They saw me. So my principal objective was to go back and start making spawn, but because of so many constraints I could not do that. But yes, in 2015 we restarted
Okay.
the plans, the business, and it is doing well now.
ओके. सो जब आपने ब्रेक लिया एंड ब्रेक के बाद वापस जाने का सोचा, सो व्हाट वाज दैट पॉइंट कि अब आपको लगा कि यार मेरे को वापस जाना है, नो मैटर व्हाट द चैलेंज माइट बी, उसको ओवरकम करके मेरे को अब ये करना ही है. सो व्हाट वाज दैट पॉइंट?
It was, in fact, a support from one of my childhood friend. He gave me courage to go back to the work, and we together restarted in the year 2015.
ओके. वाज ही द सेम फ्रेंड जिनके साथ मिलके आपने कॉलेज के टाइम पे डिसाइड कर रहा था कि?
नहीं नहीं, ये तो उससे भी पहले का फ्रेंड है,
अच्छा.
बचपन
ओके.
का.
ओके. तो अगर
we
वो
are-
नहीं होते तो क्या लगता है आपको, शायद वापस नहीं
शायद
जाते?
1-2 साल और लग जाते
1-2 साल
वापस
और लग
जाने में.
जाते. ओके. Interesting. So I think this shows the importance of right friends in our life.
Yes, yes, yeah.
जब
And
तक
right motivation
right
at right
motivation,
time.
right time. Yes. Interesting. So अगर हम बात करें opportunities की for aspiring entrepreneurs in this particular sector and ancillary industries attached to mushroom. So what are those opportunities which aspiring entrepreneurs can avail, and शुरू कहाँ से करें? Like how do they get started?
See, mushroom is a very big industry. Earlier it was a very small sector where people were doing. Now mushroom industry has a lot of opportunities. People can get into spawn making, people can get into technology, people can get into fabrication of equipments and machines. And those who are new and educated, they can become a very good grower of mushrooms. There is a scarcity of growers in the market. We do not have many growers, and we do not have very good growers. So every time I am part of so many WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups, every time I see people are looking for growers. Industry is increasing, but the technical people, the resources are not increasing at that pace.
Okay.
So there is a big demand for educated and trained mushroom growers who can take care of growing processes in a mushroom farm.
Okay, so where is this gap? क्या मशरूम के ऊपर do we have any specialized education or training programs? So do they exist?
Yes, they do exist. And in fact, most of the universities have a short term course in their regular courses where they are teaching mushrooms.
Okay.
I am aware of Delhi University, I am aware of Galgotia University, I am aware of Amity, no, not Amity, a couple of more universities. They have this short term 6 months course
Okay.
where they are teaching mushroom growing.
Okay.
Now, again, as you see the industry, it is still in the growing stage.
Okay.
So young children, I would say them children only, young boys and girls, they do not see a long term prospects and career in this. So at times they come, at times they do not come.
Okay.
So my suggestion is that yes, the industry, this is the right time for the youngsters to join industry, because industry is growing,
Mm-hmm.
and with the time, as their career, their age is going ahead, their career will go ahead.
Okay.
And if they enter now, they can have a beautiful tomorrow in mushroom industry.
ओके, तो सर अगर हम जॉब्स की हम बात करें तो किस टाइप की स्पेसिफिकली जॉब्स अवेलेबल हैं, लाइक व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन वन नीड्स इफ दे वांट टू गेट a job in mushroom industry?
See, we suggest that people should be either from microbiology or agriculture background. But otherwise, any good manager can get into mushroom industry and understand growing techniques and general management of the mushroom farm.
Okay.
If he can manage something well, then he can be a good manager for the mushroom farm, and he can have a very good career in the mushroom industry.
Understood. So when you make the hire, let's अगर आप किसी को hire कर रहे हो तो what do you look for in a person before hiring that person?
I personally see the zeal of working, how much he wants to
तो
work.
कैसे evaluate करते हो आप?
This is difficult. Yesterday, day before, someone called me and he said, "Sir, I got your reference from someone, and I want to work with you." So I said, "Okay, come and meet me on Monday." Then he said, "Sir, what would be the salary?"
Okay.
I said, "I'll give you 5,000 rupees."
Okay.
He said, "No, sir, that is very less." Inka, but you did not ask about the work. He said, "Sir, work I will do whatever you say." I'll say, "Okay, I'll give you 50,000 rupees and you'll have to broom the entire factory." He said, "No, sir, that is not possible." So I said, "You please come and do it." Now, people asking for salary in the first question, they are not the right people at all.
Okay.
Unless they know where would their career reach, what do they have to do today. If they are concerned with the money, they are the first part is I reject them.
Okay.
They should know that what would I do, where will I reach in 2 years, where will I reach in 4 years, where will I reach after 10 years.
Correct.
They should discuss that. And the last thing is money.
Correct.
A person coming out of the college he is in no need of money as per our Indian culture. He has a father and a mother to take care of his needs. And we have a beautiful set of people, interns, working for us, and they do work with zero error.
Zero?
Zero error.
Zero?
No error.
No error.
Zero
Okay.
error.
Okay. Okay.
And they never ask us about money.
So basically, money should not be the motivation, should not be the driving factor. Of course, it is an important thing, but that should not be the driving force. Because
Yes.
अगर आप उसे आज 50,000 ऑफर कर रहे हो, कल को कोई 55 कर देगा, वो सीधा
वो
वहाँ
चला
चला
जाएगा,
जाएगा.
तुरंत चला जाएगा.
करेक्ट. इनफैक्ट आई बिलीव एक आपने एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन स्टोरी क्रिएट करी थी. आपका एक ड्राइवर हुआ करता था who went up to become the production manager.
हाँ.
तो would you like to share about that कि he started as a driver and eventually वो मशरूम का production manager भी बना एक टाइम पे आपकी फैक्ट्री
Yes,
में.
that actually is an interesting story, and it shows also the support my company gives to the employee. एक हमारे पास ड्राइवर आया था, and he was hired for only 8,000 rupees
अच्छा.
a month. He came through a contractor, and somehow the contractor disappeared, and we were supposed to give him salary for almost 1 or 2 months, and he said, "Sir, contractor is not there, so you give me my salary directly." So then we asked, "How much is your salary?" He said, "Sir, 8,000 rupees."
Okay. And आप दे कितना रहे थे उसके भी आप पे?
I think 12-14,000 we were giving to the contractor.
Okay.
So I said, it is a win-win deal for me. So I said, "Okay, you take 8,000 and drive my car."
Okay.
But he was so, I would say, curious person, that he started taking interest in the production. And slowly and gradually, he became our unit in charge. And he was handling the entire production on his own.
Wow.
So the platform, if he would have talked about the money in the beginning, he would never have become the unit in charge, and he would not have gathered the stamp of Milky Way. He would not have gathered so much of knowledge. So that is a platform we try to give to everyone, but it cannot start with a high salary. It cannot start with money in the mind.
Correct.
It can only start with knowledge in the mind and career in the mind.
Correct. Absolutely. And I think that is a beautiful story that you shared. So today, I believe आपकी company में there are over 100 employees that are there.
Eh,
So कैसा लगता है? How do you feel about it that you have created so many jobs for so many people, so many opportunities have been created? How do you feel about it?
See, it is very good, and I feel happy seeing so many people around me. Recently, we released a video on Diwali with all the people. Not all the people, but most of the people were there with me, and we took a group photo. And we also published in our website and Facebook pages. So I feel happy that so many people are with me. There are ladies, there are boys, and they are also very highly compatible with me.
Okay.
And there is no one between my sweeper, my workers, and me. They can anytime come to me, they can talk to me, they can discuss their problems, and that gives them a lot of relaxation.
Okay.
So I tried to create a good atmosphere in the in my office, and people are happy. I am also happy.
Okay. Interesting. So एक out of curiosity मेरा question आया. There has been a lot of debate around genetically modified seeds and how it is not natural. जैसे एक company है Monsanto करके, if I know it correctly, they tried to introduce it in edibles like apples वगैरह में they tried to introduce it, but उन्हें बहुत ज़्यादा backlash मिला. So don't you think जो mushroom growing का process है, because we are constantly dependent on its production on artificially, it might be problematic, like in the case of genetically modified seeds?
See, what happens, genetical modification does not mean a wrong seed or a wrong variety. As far as it is not damaging the health, it is not damaging the environment, it is okay. Unless we do any modifications, any genetic engineering, we cannot develop new things. Today we drive so beautiful cars, sophisticated cars. They are only because of our innovations and experiments. Unless we do experiments, we do innovations, we change things, we cannot create new things. Now I remember in the mid of 80s, computers were launched in India, and my father was a teacher. He was given responsibility of the computer lab, and there were two computers in a very big room, and there was an AC in 85, 86. There was an AC, which was a very rare thing in India, and the entire room was carpeted to make it dust free, and two big tables were there with computers, and computers were like भगवान की मूर्ति,
Okay.
कि उसके पास कोई नहीं जाएगा, उसे हाथ कोई नहीं लगाएगा, और हाथ धोने हैं एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स. एंड आई रिमेंबर उस समय पे जब कंप्यूटर्स आए थे तो बैंक्स में, रेलवे स्टेशंस में सब ने इसका बहुत ज़्यादा विरोध किया था.
अच्छा.
कि अगर कंप्यूटर आएगा तो हमारी नौकरी चली जाएगी, बिकॉज कंप्यूटर तो एक कंप्यूटर 100 लोगों का काम करेगा, फिर 100 लोग क्या करेंगे. एंड नाउ इफ यू सी, कंप्यूटर्स इज अ बिग इंडस्ट्री.
Correct.
आधे से ज़्यादा लोग तो कंप्यूटर इंडस्ट्री में काम करते हैं.
Correct.
एंड लोगों को आज बिना कंप्यूटर के तो कोई काम ही नहीं कर सकता, कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
Correct. That's true.
So change is required. We need genetic engineering. We need genetical modifications. And for the first time in India, Milky Way has launched a genetically coded spawn. It is our champion 1511DX.
Okay.
1511DX is the genetical coding of the spawn.
Okay.
No one in India is having a genetically coded spawn in India. In India. So we are trying to do things which are going to impact the society, the industry, and they are for the benefit of the industry. They are not for the benefit of the country, of the benefit of the company, but they will benefit the entire country and the entire industry.
Okay.
So See, this is just as a seed maker, I would say Monsanto or any other company will not do wrong with the people, but they are doing good for the entire industry, for the entire agriculture sector.
Okay. I think uh, again, this particular topic, if we see this particular thing, can be quite debatable because I'll share a story with you. So there was an organization, and they set up a water bottling plant in a village. Okay, and they kind of hijacked the river of that particular village. They started refilling it, and they started selling the same water that was coming from river to the village people at a premium price, which was earlier they were getting for free. So I believe that there should be a fine line between capitalism and what is actually good for the society. In fact, the CEO of that company went on to say things like that water is not a necessity, it is for people who can afford it. So I think these type of things also happen, so there should be the right checks and balances should be there.
Yes, actually, I don't know why it happened, but to my understanding, all the natural resources are in the control of government. You cannot use the natural resources and barring it for the use of people, and you are using it to capitalize your income and increasing your income. So I don't know why it happened, but all the natural resources are under the control of government, and no one can use it as it is.
Got it. So I'll ask the last question from you before we end this podcast. What is the biggest impact that you or your organization has created that you are very proud of?
See, we always wanted to have various technologies to come to India and make people understand that yes, how the mushroom is grown out of India. And there are so many innovations outside India. There are so many technologies, processes used in growing mushrooms, which most people, small people, big people, are not aware of in India. So we started bringing people from outside India to show their technologies and their work in India. And for that, we have started doing activities. We last year we did a conference on mushrooms with the name of India Mushroom Summit, and we were the principal organizers of India Mushroom Summit. This year we did a big exhibition on mushrooms with the name of India Mushroom Days, and we were again the principal organizers and sponsors of that. Now the idea is that people should know what is possible. People in India know a very limited knowledge they have, that this can be done like this. No one in India is thinking of setting up a 200 room farm because they do not have that vision. They cannot visualize that there can be a farm as big as 500 rooms. Now with the machines, with the technology, it is possible. We are trying to bring big people to India who can actually set up big farms, because actually India is a very, very, very big market. With 150 million people, we are the biggest market in the world. And if we produce more, we can consume more. For that, we should have a vision. We should have a plan. How will we do it? A plan with the knowledge of technology, with the knowledge of machine, is possible to make. So we are trying to educate people, bring knowledge to them that yes, big farms are possible, and people should move to big farms.
Correct. So basically, education is something that you are focusing on. Awareness is something that you are focusing
Yes.
on through such events, and I believe people from a lot of countries participated, which
Yes.
was very commendable.
I would like to mention in India Mushroom Days there were more than 2,000 visitors,
Wow.
and there were 15 countries who participated in that,
Wow.
and there were more than 30 exhibitors from big companies around the world who participated.
Amazing.
It was actually an eye-opening thing for the entire industry that yes, this is also possible.
Correct.
There is such a big industry outside India.
Correct.
We were planning to visit China Mushroom Days so that more people can understand what is happening outside India. Unfortunately, that event got cancelled this year.
Okay.
So maybe next year we will take a group to China so that they can understand what all is possible.
Okay. So basically, if I sum up about the biggest impact that you believe that you have created, it's not that you are producing so many tons of seeds. It is not how many employees you are employing. It is about how much awareness you are able to provide
Yes.
to the people about this respective industry, about the benefits of this particular food. And I believe that that is indeed a very, very big thing, because the more the awareness, the more people will know the benefits of having it, and post that, in fact, of course, it will help the business as well. But the larger focus here is to create impact in the form of educating people about this particular food that you are making.
Yes.
Amazing. So with this, we conclude another episode of our Impact Podcast. I thank you for sparing out time from your busy schedule
Thank
for
you.
having for doing this, and I hope you treat me with that mushroom curry that you were mentioning
Sure,
about.
I will.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.